saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the New York Giants taking on the New Orleans Saints. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And you look at the Saints' defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to look at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Here we go. Crap ball leading.
Dart going to look to throw here. And it is caught. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of 18.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gain of 12. 1st down, New York.
Throwing his Dart. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Oh, what a move. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
7 yards. That's another Giants 1st down. 1st down and 10 yards to go.
But I think the ball's out. And this will get out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Now receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver in motion left. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. He'll try and do this himself. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from the guy in his 1st season in the NFL. A lot of rookies will try and force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth.
60 Bison, 6.
They'll go. Here's Dart. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass from the 5 falls incomplete. And on the opening drive of the ball game, the defense comes up with a goal line stand.
Got it. Ready? Buffalo 18. Let's go.
They'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Shuck. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Here comes 3rd down and 7. To throw now, Shuck. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these 2 defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
A 7-yard gain. And the Giants first down. A gain of 7. And
the Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Looking to throw, Dart. Now he'll tuck this and run. And got his man, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain of 39 that time. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
First down, Giants.
To throw is Dart. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down of the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. In motion right is Austin. Now Dart. Now he's going to step up and run. And the pressure gets to him again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Well, certainly not an ideal first quarter for him. Remember, he lost the fumble earlier, and here he ends up on the ground with a sack.
And sometimes what happens when you make a mistake early, you get too cautious going forward. Just cover up the football and take care of it and be able to cut it loose. Otherwise, your offense is going to stall.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it's a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football.
Chris Olave hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints have taken the lead. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5.
7. Giants 2.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
First and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
5 yards on the play. And it's third down.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Working out of the gun is Dart. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
3 yards.
It's a first down following a gain of 3.
First down. It's a gain of 3. First down, Giants.
Throwing from the gun here, Dart. That's to Cam Scatterboo out of the backfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10.
First down. A gain of 14. First down, New York.
Throwing, Dart. That's complete to his running back, Scatterboo. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
First down, New York.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Second and goal.
Catch made by Slayton. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a third and goal. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to throw for it with Dart. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Brings up 4th and goal.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hole. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last time that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Shuck now to throw. And this is incomplete.
The Saints at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing, Shuck. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Let's go. Warrior 70, Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. That's an experienced DB picking off a rookie, and sometimes those experienced DBs, they love going against the young pups, don't they?
And I go back to the offseason, had a quick conversation with him about, hey, when you play younger quarterbacks, what's it like for you? And he says it's like being a boxer. I give him a lot of different angles, a lot of different looks, and a lot of times I just bait the young guy.
And there he baited him right into the interception. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
23-yard line.
The slot man in motion right. To throw now, Dart. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to his own 18.
Back at the 18-yard line.
To throw, Dart. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
14 yards.
First down, Giants on a pickup of 14. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
2nd and 3 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Dart once more. They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Giants! Calvin Austin 60 yards. And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 5.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Well, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And the Giants are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. A throw right side caught by Neighbors. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On the ready.
Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
49-yard attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good, and that will do it for this first half.
15, Saints 7. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they trail here to begin the second half. What's going to be a key for them to get back in the game?
I think they're right there, and I think this game is still up for the taking for them because we always talk about turnovers. They had 2 of them in the first half, and once you start talking about if you have 3, 4, or 5, you know it's beyond difficult to try and win a football game with that. Those have to be eliminated. If they take care of the ball, they still got a shot.
45-yard line.
Got it. Ready? Warriors 70. Set up. Panther 60. Panther 60. Set up.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
Ready? Nike 18.
They'll throw. Here's Shock. The pass caught by Olave. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 22.
He was taken
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
To throw is Shock. Touchdown, Saints! Noah Finn, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Saints have cut the lead back down to 2.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
And this one incomplete. So they wait for the 2. They don't get it.
Keeps the score, Giants 15, Saints 13.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30.
30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Play action now. Dart. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Third quarter of a 2-point game. A good one so far. Here's 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. Gets through and now an opening. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, a throw for Dart. Pass complete to Austin on the comeback route. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 26.
16 yards.
It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
In motion, Slayton. To the air, Dart. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To the air once more is Dart. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line.
7 yards. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Throwing his Dart. He'll try and do this himself. And he will slide down with a good gain. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Here's Dart.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants.
Tyrone Tracy.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Giants take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Saints 13. Jason Sanders set to
Now
kick
after
off.
the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a first down. Final minute now of the third quarter.
To throw now, Shuck.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Shuck. And this one too low.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
And 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Saints are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 2. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
That would have set them back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here's Dart. That's caught. He gets it out to Austin.
He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The Giants on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
Dart from the gun on third down. That one taken in by Neighbors.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
15 yards.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, New York.
Throwing his dart. That's complete. It's Neighbors.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Dart going to give to Scannaboo.
And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Cam Scannaboo, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes this a 9-point game.
Saints 20. Jason Sanders set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
From the shotgun, it's Shuck. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
It'll go as a gain of 4. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And this pass broken up. Now the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. They'll indeed go. Here's Shuck.
And he comes back with one complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Shuck looking to throw once more. He'll get this out to Kamara.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
21-yard line.
Shuck now to throw. This one taken in by Olave.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. To the air again is Shuck. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Shuck. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be, and now it's fourth down.
And his kick here is good. And that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Giants take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
To throw his dart. They'll set up the screen to Scatterby.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Going right side here, and that's complete. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
On the handoff, this is Scatterby.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. Now it looks like he'll throw here.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
Yep.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Give up the middle, Scatterby.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4.
Here we go, set.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the fourth quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead, and that's what he did.
The Giant offense going to stay on the field as they'll go for two.
The Giants will line up for the two-point conversion.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up two more.
Giants 37, Saints 23. Jason Sanders is set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
19, 79,
Throwing, Shuck. And that's going to be caught downfield by Fant. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one.
6 yards. And the Saints.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Here's first down.
60, 60, 18, 18,
They'll throw. Here's Shuck. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
60 Vice, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go.
To throw is Shuck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the gun, Shuck. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Mikey, 18, 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Go.
They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4.
37. Saints 31.
So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Giants, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home. The loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everyone.